welcome. My name is Luann Pike. It is Sunday evening, and I'm going to speak to you from the Bible today and sing a few songs for you, and I pray that this will bless you today. So I am titling this today, The Roar of the Lion, and I came up with this mainly from a fairly recent song. It was from a few years ago called God's Not Dead, and it really just made me think a lot about God and a lot about Him being the lion. And there's a little bit about Satan in the Bible about, him being like a roaring lion, seeking who he can devour. And I might talk about that a little bit next time, but this time I want to talk about God. God is the actual lion. And there are some things in the Bible about him roaring and roaring like a lion that I don't know that I even realized there was this much in there. So I want you to listen to this. Jeremiah 25:30-31 says, the Lord will roar from on high, and from his holy habitation utter his voice. He will roar mightily against his fold and shout like those who tread grapes against all the inhabitants of the earth. The clamor will resound to the ends of the earth, for the Lord has an indictment against the nations. Sounds like judgment time, doesn't it? He has an indictment. He is entering into judgment with all flesh, and the wicked he will put to the sword, declares the Lord. So he is saying when he's roaring from on high, he is getting ready to put an end to the people of this earth that are wicked. Hosea 11:8-10. This is God talking about Jerusalem and Israel. It says, how can I give you up, Ephraim? How can I hand you over, Israel? How can I make you like Admah? How can I set you like Zeboim? My heart churns within me. My sympathy is stirred. I will not execute the fierceness of my anger. I will not again destroy Ephraim. For I am God and not man, the Holy One in your midst, and I will not come with terror. They shall walk after the Lord. He will roar like a lion. When he roars, then his sons shall come trembling from the west. Don't you just see God now in such strength and power that he roars like a lion? Revelation 5:5 tells us definitely that Christ is the lion. And one of the elders said unto me, weep not, behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the Root of David, has prevailed to open the book and to loose the seven seals thereof. Now I looked about this, I looked this up in the definition. I looked up the definition of the word shout. And the word ruah is the word shout in Hebrew. And anytime the Bible, the ones that I have been reading now where it says roar, it was the word ruah in Hebrew. It means shout. And the word shout means to shout, raise a sound, cry out, give a blast, to shout a war cry or alarm of battle, to shout a signal for war or march. Listen to how much it's war, how much it's a conflict and a battle. To shout in triumph over enemies, to shout for joy. That is what ruah in Hebrew means, and that is what these verses that are talking about God roaring, they all used that word ruah that means shout. So if you look up the word shout in on Google, or like in a thesaurus and say, show me synonyms of the word shout, one of the synonyms that you get is the word roar. Roaring like a lion. So I'm going to sing the song, God's Not Dead. It's one I've never sung before, well, except along with the radio. I'm going to sing God's Not Dead. And then I'm going to sing a little bit of The Champion Has Come, just the chorus, because it goes with it so perfectly. I know I just sang that a couple weeks ago, but I'm just going to sing the chorus. And then I'm going to do another song that came to me as I was doing these. And it's a song called The Name Above All Names. And there's a lot of songs with that name, actually. But it's one that I used to sing in the 80s and 90s when I was singing solos in church. And I remember at that time, if you were around and you heard me sing that song, you will say, oh, yes, I remember now. And you will say, yes, we said how fitting this song is for the 80s and 90s. And when I was looking at the song and reading the words again and reminding myself how this song went, I'm like, oh, my word. This song This song could not be more perfect for now. And the song, these songs that I'm singing about the roaring of the lion, there are a lot of them about God shouting and God roaring, but you know, people have asked me sometimes, how is it that you are doing these lives like you're doing now? This stuff on the internet, and you've never done this before. Well, first of all, the internet, you know, we didn't have this. We didn't have Facebook before. But why, like, where has this come from? Where is this, how has this come about? And I think a lot of it is coming from the roar of the lion that is inside of me. God is in me. God has been in me since I was 9 years old. So it's been almost most of my life. He has been there. And he has been roaring lately because he has something to say, and he has people he wants to hear. And that is what you are hearing. That is like, where's this come from? It's come from God roaring. That's where it's coming from. And so I'm going to sing these songs for you and pray that they bless you. Let love explode and bring the dead to life. A love so bold to bring a revolution somehow. Now I'm lost in your freedom, and this world I've overcome. My God's not dead, he's surely alive. He's living on the inside, roaring like a lion. God's not dead, he's surely alive. He's living on the inside, roaring like a lion. Roaring, roaring, roaring like a lion. Let hope arise and make the darkness flee. My faith is dead, I need a resurrection somehow. Now I'm lost in your freedom, and this world I've overcome. My God's not dead, he's surely alive. He's living on the inside, roaring like a lion. God's not dead, he's surely alive. He's living on the inside, roaring like a lion. Roaring, roaring, roaring like a lion. Let heaven roar and fire fall. Come shake the ground with the sound of revival. Let heaven roar and fire fall. Come shake the ground with the sound of revival. Let heaven roar and fire fall. Come shake the ground with the sound of revival. My God's not dead, he's surely alive. He's living on the inside, roaring like a lion. God's not dead, he's surely alive. He's living on the inside, roaring like a lion. Roaring, roaring, roaring like a lion. He's roaring, roaring, roaring like a lion. The Lion of Judah, he reigneth, he It's the name above all names, and we will declare it. We will declare it. It's the name above all names, and we will shout it to a dying world. Who will declare my name? Who will shout my name in the midst of the nations? Who will take the shield of faith and the sword of my word and declare my name to a dying world? He who has declared me thus far will walk in even greater power, for the sands of time are running out, but my name will be declared in this final hour. I am Jehovah, I am that I am, and my trumpet shall soon call out. I form the worlds with a whisper, but I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready to shout. It's the name above all names, and we will declare it. We will declare it. It's the name above all names, and we will shout it to a dying world. It is my will to possess all of your life. I'll take it all, so surrender to me, for I'm building an army to go in my name, and with my words in your mouth, I'll set the captives free. I am Jehovah, I am that I am, and my trumpet shall soon call out. I form the worlds with a whisper, but I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready to shout. It's the name above all names, and we will shout it to a dying world. I form the worlds with a whisper, but I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready to shout. It's the name above all names, and we will declare it. We will declare it. It's the name above all names, and we will shout it to a dying world. How fitting is that song in today's world? Wow. Psalm 22:1 says, This is Jesus. Now, what this is actually the verse Jesus was quoting. When Jesus was on the cross and he said, my God, why have you forsaken me? He was actually quoting a scripture. Did you know that? He wasn't just saying that. He was quoting Psalm 22:1. And he only said the first sentence, though. But listen to the rest of it. And imagine Jesus on the cross saying the rest of it. My God, why hast thou forsaken me? Why art thou so far from helping me and from the words of my roaring? There you are, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, on the cross as a roaring lion. From the words of my roaring. And now I'm going to read you Jeremiah 29:11, which to me is the part where I was describing earlier of, and what that song says, he's living on the inside, roaring like a lion. That's how I know God's not dead. He's living on the inside, roaring like a lion. And that is what you hear coming out. God's roaring like a lion. And this is what Jeremiah said about that feeling. If I say I will not mention him or speak any more in his name, there is in my heart, as it were, a burning fire shut up in my bones, and I am weary with holding it in. It's more exhausting to hold it in than it is to let it out. And I cannot. But the Lord is with me as a dread warrior. Now, this version of this said it this way. Some of them said he's with me like a champion. But can you imagine picturing that? The Lord is with you as a dread warrior. What do you picture when you hear that phrase, a dread warrior? What would that be to you? A dread warrior. That is the strongest, most impressive person you can possibly imagine, that his very presence brings extreme dread to the enemy. Like, oh no, look who's here. That must have been what Goliath was to the Israelites. He must have been a dread warrior because they dreaded him. They didn't want to fight him. They didn't want to try. They dreaded every day. Oh, here he comes again. Here he comes again, trying to get us to fight him, and none of us want to do it. That is what I would picture as a dread warrior. But this says, the Lord is with me as a dread warrior. Therefore, my persecutors will stumble. They're going to stumble because they dread him. They will not overcome me. They will be greatly shamed, for they will not succeed. I pray this week that inside of you, there will be a fire shut up in your bones, which is actually God inside of you as a roaring lion, and that you will let the lion roar, because that is what he does. He's the Lion of the tribe of Judah. And why is he, why on earth is he roaring? Why is he roaring? Why would he have roared on the cross? Because that era was ending, and it was a traumatic, like tearing the curtain tore, traumatic tearing of the way things were in the world, the tearing of the temple. It was the tearing of one covenant into another. It was the tearing of one era of our earth into the next one. And if he's getting ready to roar again, it's going to be the tearing from what we've been in since the cross until the next era, the tribulation, and then the millennial reign. And he is roaring. Do you hear the roar of the lion? He is not far from us now. I pray that you will think of this every day this week as you wait for him. Have a good evening. Good night.